Hi guys, hello. Oh, I've got too much stuff in the way, way too much stuff in the way. So it has been a very busy day, productive in many ways, non-productive in others. I hope you're going to join me as you can see, I'm dressed for the part. We're going to make an Alabama wreath, roll tide, right? Except that I forgot I didn't have a wreath form, so I had to go make one. I'm going to take my easel. Do you see my easel? This is the easel that we make and sell. Tabletop, it's 32 inches high. You can adjust it with the various holes, adjust your hook all the way down. It's got a chain that connects it, and it's such a slim silhouette. Watch this. Put this on. Do you see how you can go through the center on either side very easily to attach bows, embellishments, signs, anything? Whatever you need to attach, it's right there. Hi, Angela. How are you? I'm glad to have you here. I was just showing my easel, how easy it is to work with this easel, and say this is your wreath, and the silhouette is so narrow you can easily go through the whole of your wreath, and you can easily go around the sides and reach to the back. I'm always coming around the back of it because it's so narrow, and coming through and grabbing my wires and pulling them back that way. So it works really well. But we're going to take it down for right now and put it away. And I'm going to put on my trusty little apron so I don't ruin my Alabama shirt. Uh-oh. Did I pull it through? I didn't. Okay. So I think, is my iced tea over there? Oh, I left my tea in the other room. Shoot, I'm likely to get thirsty. Hopefully some other people will join us, and I will ask that you, since you're here alone, would you please like and share this video with your friends, and we can grow this thing, because that's how I'm going to reach that 1,000 followers and likes on my page and give away that gorgeous wreath that I'm giving away. And if you haven't seen that, then on my page, go ahead and sign up and see if you can win it. So I don't have any control over that. That's King Sumo. They get to pick the winners, and but they will. They'll do that here in a few days, and hopefully I will be at the 1,000, which is the whole purpose of the giveaway, is to thank everybody for getting me to that 1,000. So tonight, as I said, we're going to do an Alabama wreath. Now, this is an 18-inch wreath frame, and the reason I'm using the 18-inch is because this is my embellishment. And do you see how big this A is? This houndstooth checked A for Alabama is just so big that I needed a bigger wreath frame. So what I've done, you can still see some of the glue. This is 18-inch, and so I've used my pipe cleaners, 6 millimeter, never smaller, because they're just too thin and they won't work well. They'll break on you. So I've got 12 around the outside, 10 around the inside, so I've got a total of 22 as opposed to the 18 that you typically have when you use a 24-inch or 15-inch frame. Oh my gosh, I just realized how bushy I am. I'm getting a haircut Friday. I can hardly wait. So this is the mesh that we're going to use. Let me see if I can point my camera a little bit. There, you can just barely see it right here. This mesh, the phone rings. So this is the mesh we're going to use. And then I'm also going to use this 10-inch mesh. And that's what and I've got my ribbons already cut. I have the black and white. This reminded me of referees' uniforms, their shirts, you know, the stripes, or even the yards on the field. And then this is the houndstooth check with the glittery A for Alabama. This is the houndstooth check ribbon here in 2.5-inch wide with the red trim, and then I've got the red and white stripe also. So we will be using these in every other, well, I'll swap them back, as you know, probably. I'll use a 2.5-inch and a 1.5-inch ribbon on one tail, and then I'll alternate with the same size on another. Hi, Leslie, how are you? Oh, I can hardly wait to get to meet you, lady. I'm going up to meet my dear friends that I've had on Facebook for years in Iowa, and in August we're going up to up to Missouri, heading over to Topeka for a World Card Association race, and I've arranged to head a little bit north of the St. Louis area and meet some friends of mine from Iowa, and I can hardly wait. I am so excited to see them. I've met a lot of Facebook friends in person now through the years, and they have become some of my dearest friends, and friendships I wouldn't trade for anything. So we're going to get started with this. Oh, I got to tell you a little bit about it. Now, I like Alabama, okay? When I moved here as a child. I was a Boeing brat, and we moved here in the year 1963, which was quite a pivotal year. I was 10, and so we moved here, and of course had to start go to school and all that. But anyway, my father immediately established a rivalry with my uncle who lived in Omaha. Well, and not only that, my dad is also from Oklahoma, from Veneta, Oklahoma. So he had a lot of family in Oklahoma. So we had Alabama, Nebraska, and Oklahoma, all Big Reds. And we had a three-way rivalry with the football teams. And right at that time, those three teams seemed to always be on top. And so they spent a lot of time sending telegrams back and forth to one another. It was kind of fun. And once when I was expecting my son, I went up to Omaha. Well, I think the game was actually in Lincoln. And I lived in Alabama, but we were visiting in Kansas. And we went up to a football game and got to see Alabama and Nebraska play. And Alabama won that game. And of course, all the oranges hit the field. It was really fun. So anyhow, now my little granddaughters have dear friends of theirs and whose parents both graduated from Auburn. So they fancy themselves to be big Auburn fans. And so a couple years ago, I took them to see Santa Claus for Christmas, and we were standing in line. And for some reason, I just said, "Roll Tide." And my oldest granddaughter, River, looked at me and she says, "Oh, no, Mimi, we're Auburn fans. War Eagle." So we always have this fun teasing going on between us. And but I had a sister that graduated from University of Alabama, and another sister who attended there, but didn't. She ended up graduating from Wichita State. So we're going to start. And as you can see, I need to roll the camera down so you can see. So bear with me. I can't reach. I have short arms. So I'm going to go right down. Oh, that should be a good angle. If you look behind, you'll see all this purple stuff. I was going to do a purple mesh wreath and just decided, no, I really wanted to do the Alabama. Everybody's doing the fall thing. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Cecilia. Hi, Lori. So everybody's doing the fall thing, and they're all doing Halloween, and some are doing Thanksgiving, and some are doing Christmas. I thought, oh, what the heck, I'll do football. So here we go. So as you can see, I've turned the ends under at the very beginning. That's so that my edges will kind of roll under as I go around. We're going to do this in the poof method with this. I love this mesh, but even though it's very pretty, it's not super thick. So I'm going to do other things on top of it too. So first thing I'm going to do is tie this mesh down. I'm going to go right next to this tie here, and we're going to tie it down with a zip tie. And I always want it to be super, wouldn't you know? Well, shoot. I've done this more than once this weekend. This week, put a cable tie on and closed it up and didn't have it attached to the frame. So we're going to try again. So here we go. It has been a day. And a night, I should say, because I didn't sleep last night. And I had an aura migraine. And if y'all don't know what those are, because I didn't until I experienced them, there's no pain with them, but you have other things. And other manifestations, and for me it was blurred vision. And my eyes drove me nuts all day. I kept trying to clean my glasses, and it wasn't my glasses, it was just my eyes. And so that had me just kind of, I did it again. Oh my gosh, I have never done this twice before. Twice in a row. Oh, Steve, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. I think, hi, Sue. Can you believe? I have now zip tied to nothing twice. And I've never done that, so maybe my eyes are still affected. This is just crazy. I need to get my wire cutters. Okay, why is it? Paige Bless, thank you so much, Sue, thank you. Yes, everybody, there's a little 4-letter word that starts with an L. And if you all would click on that, I would appreciate it. And then just over to the right of that, there's another little 5-letter word that starts with SH. And I would appreciate it if you would click on that and follow the instructions that it says to do there too. And I'm really trying to grow my page. This video will be loaded up to my YouTube channel. And so I'll be sending the link to that. And hopefully we'll be growing that as well. So, success, yay. Okay, because this is an 18-inch frame, and I don't want a wreath that's so big that it won't fit on a door, so I'm only going to do 10-inch poufs. And believe me, with an 18-inch frame, 10-inch poufs is going to be more than enough, especially after we add in all the ruffles that we're going to add. So, here we go. Now, when you use your pipe cleaners, it's always a good idea to give it one extra little twist because they are a little bit weaker than the ties on the work frames that you buy at Old Time Pottery. I use that because that's where I buy mine. When I can get them right now, they don't have very many colors. I think they had yellow, orange, and pink. So, but usually I make my own, but I do like those frames. And they are an inch bigger than the ones that I make. So, okay, I'm going to scroll down here. Someday I'm going to have a method where I can just see my comments without having to scroll down. Hi, Casey. Oh, really? Awesome. From Alabama. I'm too funny. I've been accused of that before. My mom always says that she said, I don't know what it is, but no matter what situation we're in, you can always find something to laugh about it. And she says, you always make me laugh. And that's getting harder and harder to do with my mom because she can't hear very well, so I have to repeat things. So by the time you've repeated them 2 or 3 times, they kind of lost their funny. But anyway, if you can't find fun in life, I don't think it's much worth living, you know. And even though I can take it pretty seriously, and I do, a lot of people think I take life really seriously, but I'm always laughing. And now you can tell, look at all those laugh lines. You can see them big time. Oh, thank you, Casey. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate seeing that SH word there. That's super cool. Makes me feel good. Yeah, Alabama. It's known the houndstooth has become, the black and white houndstooth has become as symbolic with Alabama as probably as the Crimson Tide. And of course, I guess most of you know that came from the hat that Bear Bryant, who was the major #1 coach of Alabama, wore. And he was actually the coach when I lived here as a kid. And we love the Bear. We absolutely love the Bear. Now they've got Nick Saban, and he's a pretty doggone good coach. But I don't get to follow it as much as I did before because I live with somebody who loves NASCAR. So we're always doing the NASCAR thing, which I had never done before. But it's kind of fun too. Oh dear. I go to scroll down and it scrolls up instead. Anna, thank you. Isn't it pretty? It really is. Teresa, roll, tide, roll. You got it. this really is pretty, and it's actually making really pretty poofs. Can you see? And after I'm going to use this snowball mesh to make some ruffles. And after I do that, it's going to be a really full wreath, and I think it'll be really pretty. I needed to do something to bring out a little more red. And but I got this. I have another couple rolls of this, and I got it in some 10-inch too. But we'll see. I think Lori used this to make a bee wreath that was just adorable. I'm pretty sure her mesh was about like this. So if y'all don't know, Lori Jenkins is my mentor. I'm a member of her business group and her wreath therapy on steroids group, which is the design group. And so I'm a member of both, and have met some incredibly wonderful people through both groups, and learned a lot, but I have a long way to go. But if any of you are interested in having some tutelage on how to have a home-based business in do it yourself, it doesn't have to be wreaths. It can be centerpieces, floral arrangements, wedding flowers, bath salts, anything. Then you can't get better than Lori Jacobs. She has wonderful, wonderful videos on how to do things, how to use social media, which I use social media a lot, but I sure didn't know how to use it to market a business. And so she's really great. Okay, now I've gone around the outside, so I'm going to bring this straight in like this. As you can see, where I tied this, got this poof, you cannot even tell where I began the roll. So now we're going to go up here to the upper frame, and again, I'm going to tie it down. I'm going to take it at an angle. So I'm going to tie it down right by that zip. I'm going to zip tie it right by that pipe cleaner, and we'll do the same thing up above. And see, I almost didn't catch the frame with this again. I'm going to have to buy stock in these cable ties if I keep having to break them off and start over. Anyhow, I went to the University of Alabama in Huntsville, and for my freshman and half my sophomore years, and then moved back to Wichita, which is my home, and then went to Wichita State. So Wichita State doesn't have a football team. They had a great basketball team called the Shockers, and my parents were real big into basketball. And every year, my dad would buy the extra cable channel just through basketball season so they could watch all the Shocker games. And then as soon as it was all over, which to me seems like never, they'd cancel that channel package, and because they didn't need it anymore, you know. That's all they did was watch basketball. So, but the Shockers used to have a great basketball team. I know one of my shows I wanted to see wasn't on last night because of basketball, and it's like, come on, it's the middle of the year. Shouldn't basketball be over with by now? I'm not a fan. Got a lot done? Oh, hi. Hi, Carla. I bet Rita's there with you. I am so jealous. For all of you. I'm trying to sort of measure my poofs a little bit, and I'm lost under this huge wreath. Carla and Rita, I bet you are whipped. And Carla was getting another, 15 rolls or 20 rolls of mesh from me. I hope you left room for it. Anyway, Carla and Rita are two of my dearest friends, and Rita drove up to visit Carla in Utah. Now, Rita lives down in Texas, and she drove up, and she didn't tell anybody where she was going, stinker. And she went up there to organize Carla. Okay, now you know you both have to come here and organize me, right? You know, but mine's a challenge because I have no room. So it would be a huge challenge, but oh boy, do I have the space. And y'all come here and organize me, and then we'll get in the hot tub and rest our weary bones, and or get in the pool and have a good time. Doesn't that sound like fun? And anybody else who likes to organize craft rooms is welcome to come join me and help me do it, because frankly, I have no room. And my creativity is limited to creations like this, not to creative storage ideas. So, as I was telling everybody earlier, this is an 18-inch. You're hiding. You're hiding there. You're hiding them. You're going to hide the mesh. It should be getting there any day. It should be there while you're still there. So this is an 18-inch work frame, and I've got 22 ties. And so it's going to be a honking big wreath. And I intended to get the bow made beforehand, but that didn't happen because I got stuck on a phone call and had to handle a lot of my mother's business for her. So sometimes I get these calls that are just unavoidable. You need a craft. Well, Teresa, I did ribbons today. You can't have any more anything. Did she ask you to give her some to go home with? Because I know she's needing some. Did she say, okay, I've done all this work, now share the wealth? And she's right. Everybody says, you can't have any more, Carla. You're worse than I am by far. Anyway, what I started to tell you, for my craft room, I am on the eat-in side of the kitchen, which has never been used for eating in. But the only reason we know is for that purpose is because there's a light here that was intended to go over the table. We've now turned it into a ceiling fan. And there's a door to the garage and a door to the backyard. And and then there's these French doors to the sunroom and a window. Then there's a door to the dining room, and then the other half here behind this banner behind me is my kitchen, which, for what it's worth, if you could call it a kitchen. But at any rate, all I have is this little eat inside with no wall space. And so now I've got these ribbon racks that are sitting in front of the doors, sitting in front of windows. I've got racks on the walls. You would be amazed. I've got things scattered. I've got racks over there with mesh, racks on the floor behind me with mesh. I've got wine racks with mesh. You name it, I've got it everywhere. Up over a window, I've got frames hanging from a curtain rod because there's no curtain. I took the curtain down so I could hang my frames from the rod, and it's a mess. But I managed to make it work for right now anyway. Okay, so, ooh, this is pretty. This is really pretty. I didn't realize how pretty this was, by golly. Look at this, guys. Isn't that pretty already? Okay, so now I'm going to cut it off. Don't want to use my ribbon scissors. Oh, here they are. These scissors need sharpening too, or replacing. So I'm going to cut that off. Roll that up. My neat little nifty mesh roller that my darling, the love of my life, the darling man in my life made for me. And okay, so here we go. So I pull this to the other side. Cable tie definitely through the frame. I'm not going to do that again. Twice in one sitting is enough, don't you think? So I know you can't see me because I'm behind this honking wreath, but I'll be right back. And then we're going to cut this red snowball, or I guess it's snowball mesh. And okay, there we go. I thought I missed it again. I'm using the black zip ties because of the darker mesh. I'm going to cut off this excess here that I don't need. And there we go. So now, what I tell you, we have 22 ties. So I need 22 ruffles. Because see how see-through it is? Even though it's a very pretty mesh, it's pretty see-through. So I'm going to go through and put a ruffle in every one of these ties. So in order to do that, I got to cut them. And so I've got my little easel behind me on the floor here. So I'm going to hang my wreath from my easel. And we're going to do this really quickly. Where did I find this mesh? Yeah, the wine racks make great mesh racks. I believe I picked this up. I'm sure I picked it up at Sims Pottery, and that's why I got so much. And that because that's all. Is that right? No. Yeah, I got the mesh at Sims. I got the A's at a place called Rodens, which is about an hour and a half from my house, and it's a small wholesale house. And I bought a dozen of these, so I had to get extra mesh so I could make a dozen Alabama wreaths, or I'll sell some A's. So whichever one works is what I will do. But these collegiate wreaths seem to be really popular, so I figured I need to get in on that fun. So, okay, I have a lot of these rolls of this mesh, and I used it for Valentine's Day, and I'll be using it for Christmas. I need to find something to weigh that down. Those ribbons are going to blow away on me. So I'm going to cut this. Let's see I need to even up my edge. I'm going to start with clean edge. So I think I'm going to cut these at 20. That should make a nice ruffle. So I need 22 of them. When y'all help me count now. 4, 5, 6, 7. I just cut right through that. Okay. Back to 7. I may have to turn the fan off. 8. What I like about this mesh is that it doesn't fray. So, I mean, it just frays so little, so it's going to make some nice ruffles. If it was a high fraying mesh, I would be doing woodland ruffles, which I did a couple of days ago on a silly little flamingo wreath I just made and posted. And I really like the look of it, but boy, they take a long time. And to do it on an 18-inch frame, yeah, Mary, I got the wine rack from Mary, my daughter-in-law, and my son, and it is full. Okay, so now I lost count, but I know this wasn't 22. And this last piece will definitely work for one of them. I take the tape off. They put this tape on it, it makes it hard to get off. Okay. I was too busy yakking and I lost count. That wine rack holds an awful lot. Yeah, that's a lot of tails. Where did I get what? Where did I get what, Yvonne? Hi from Oklahoma. Hi, Wendy. My dad was born in Bonita. 16. What? Oh, 16? You were counting with me? Awesome. Thank you. Oh, now I'll get another roll, and I'll know exactly how many more I need, right? I love it. Thank you, Antoinette. And Portia counted 2. Yay, thank you guys. Okay. Well, you know what? I am not going to load this one on my wreath on that roller. I'm just going to cut. So, but I do have to start with cleaning it. Okay. So I just need 6 more. I got great viewers here watching me. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. My mountain of mesh. There we go. 6, right? That's what you said. 16 and 6 is 22. Okay, this is such a mess. And I have nowhere to go with it, as you guys know, because, okay, I'm just going to stick it all over here. I'm going to pull my wreath back up here. And we're going to start making ruffles and putting them in. Okay, put my wreath. Cut up. It fell right back out at me. My organizer's spitting on me. Okay, so what is nice about this is you can always find a good middle to gather up with, but I always like to weight it at the end. It just makes it a little bit easier. So I'm going to put my scissors there, and I'm just going to start right in the middle and just gather it up. It's nice when you have those little metallic strips that you can follow. And then you know you have a nice perfect little bow there. And so we're just going to lay that right down in there. And I don't have to open the ties, because when you use pipe cleaners, you've got plenty of room there. And twist that around. And then I'm just going to shape it into a pretty little, almost like a little flower. And boy, that's going to bring out the crimson for that crimson tide, I do believe. So see, oh, there. See it there? So we're just going to do all the same. Sometimes when I do these wreaths, I'll alternate. I'll have one color here, another color there. But since I really wanted to focus on the red, I just decided that I would stay completely with the red. Of course, I like the white. I wanted to use the snowball just to bring out a little white, because I have some white in the ribbons. So that works. So what kind of projects are you guys working on? I have got to get out into my garage and pull in all my fall and winter stuff. More comments, new comments. What length did I cut my ruffle? Oh, I'm sorry. I should have told you. I thought I did 20 inches. You do the same thing. I think a lot of us do a lot of the same things. Now, when I do the woodland ruffle, I cut them at 34 usually. That's not one I do a lot, and but boy, did it make a great big flamingo wreath though, with all that. The woodland ruffles yesterday, I only had I had a 15-inch work frame, and then I did the woodland ruffles. I did 12-inch poufs, and then the woodland ruffles, and then I did 14-inch ties, and boy, was that a big honking wreath. And I usually try to stay between around 10 inches on my poufs, and then 12 inches on my tails. Hi, Melissa from the East. Oh my gosh, my ribbons are sticking. From the East where? From East Tennessee. Yay! You know what I just ordered? I just ordered a Tennessee sign. Home sweet Tennessee home. What is a woodland ruffle? Okay, well, now that you asked, I'll show you. We're going to pretend this was 34 inches, right? Okay, and so what you would do to make a woodland ruffle is you would take this, and what I do is I fold in my ends and fold over my raw edge, and then I start rolling, and I roll it up about 4 times, and then I'm looking for a chip clip. You gotta have a clip. So I clip that, and then I turn it around, and I do the same thing here. I fold in my edges, fold over my raw edge, and then I roll it. Again, it's about 4 times. And then you just ruffle it up between those two, and then you have a woodland ruffle. So it's part curl, part ruffle, and there you go. Some people call it a cruffle, but the correct name for it is a woodland ruffle. And so, hi Robin, you're working on a wreath for your hairdresser? Oh, that is so sweet. I made one for my nail tech. Her favorite color was blue, and so my man made her a blue sign that said, let's see, oh, Maria Nails It. Yeah, it just she wanted a little bitty wreath to hang over her station. And so anyway, so I'm back to my ruffles here, and I don't know what I did here. Okay, here we go. The woodland ruffle is a very nice thing to use if you've got mesh that frays, because you curl, you roll under those edges. And hi Jennifer, oh my gosh, I'm loving all these people coming in tonight. Thank you so much for joining me, and for you know what, blessing my page. And oh heck, I love it when we share with one another and like things with one another, and it's super nice that we can do that. Anyhow, as I said, the woodland ruffle is it's designed to be, I think 34 to 36 inches works the best for it. And but you don't have raw edges when you turn them in like that. And of course, then you have the curls. But this makes such a pretty ruffle, and I didn't really need the curls, and it's not fraying. I wish you could see how nice this mesh is, because it really is not fraying at all. And boy, is it adding a lot of red too. It's a good thing I bought enough of this stuff for Christmas too to hold me, because I have a feeling I'm going to be using this quite a bit. I didn't get to use it last year much. Roll Tide, roll. Oh, hi from Mobile. You know what? You live down not too awful far, I believe, from Spike's. If you're not familiar with Spike's, it's a wholesale down. Actually, I think it's somewhere near Enterprise or Dothan. And I buy from them, but they don't have a website. The only way to buy from them is to go to their Facebook page, and then you send them messages, and they send you back pictures and prices, and you order through Messenger. It's kind of a crazy way to order from a wholesale house, but that's how they do it. But they have quite a store that I want to go visit, but it's about, oh, probably 5.5 to 6 hours for me to get down there. So it's a little easier for me just to order through Messenger. But since you're down there, you ought to go visit. It's called Spike's, just like Spike Lee, you know. And they have some really neat stuff. And it's not just for wreaths. It's for crafts and home decor and all kinds of stuff. And I really want to get down there. On June 1st every year, they have all their flowers that will fit under their tent for $1. And I was hoping to get down there, but I didn't. Hi, Jennifer. Oh, gosh, I've got so many neat people to say hello to. You're still learning? Oh, we're always still learning, Melissa, every day. Joanne just had benign brain surgery. Oh, my gosh. That just happened to my letter carrier. She finally just got back. She's been off for weeks and weeks, well, months, actually. And I didn't even find out until, well, her sub was doing a poor job, and I had to go visit with the postmaster. And so I went in, and that's when I found out that she had that. Thank God it was benign. Oh, hi, Sandra. Oh, you love this method. This is cool. You know, I will say, I think the puff ruffle, tickled myself. I think the poof ruffle is my favorite. I think it makes one of the fullest, prettiest wreaths, and it just gives such a pretty finish to the outside edge. I just really do like it. So I'm glad you're liking it too. Puff ruffle. That's a new one. I should invent something with that name, huh? It's just like people are always making new bows. And you know what? I don't even remember the name. The Lisa bow or the, I don't know. I got them mixed up and get them backwards anyway. Dixie, am I in Utah? No, I'm down in Huntsville, Alabama. But my dear friend Carla's in Utah, and my friend Casey's in Utah, and my dear friend Rita from Midland, Texas is up in Utah with Carla right now. And I like Utah. I haven't been there in many years, but I like it. This is not a super fine mesh. It's not super thick or stiff. It's just stiff enough to have body and just stiff enough to be not as easy to ruffle as some, but it's not really difficult. But it shapes just beautifully, as you can see. It's sticking to the other mesh. So can you see now what a big honkin' wreath this is going to be? That 18-inch, yeah, it makes a big wreath. But that's a big A, see? See that big A? And that's going to fit right in there really well, don't you think? Only thing is I had a little football that I was going to put in here, and I can't find it. I don't know where I put it. So I think this wreath is not going to have a football. But I do have some football ribbon. It doesn't match the rest, but it's football ribbon, so we'll see. We'll see how it works. It won't go for the ties for sure. This is so cool that I am not having any problem with my internet connection tonight. It's a long drive. Oh, it was a real long drive for Rita. Oh, for me to go down to Spike's is a long drive too. Oh, thank you. Sports wreaths for Father's Day. You sold 2, Anna? You know what? I didn't even think of it. Oh, that's awesome. You know what? I have a gorgeous bee wreath I made that was it was quite different than anybody else's, and it hasn't sold. So I think that I'm just not getting enough traffic to my Etsy store. And speaking of my Etsy store, when y'all go to Etsy and look for my store, it's Cowling Loving Design with no S on the end. And I would appreciate it if you go and favorite my shop there. And I'm really confused with Etsy because when I go to my insights there, it says I've had no sales, which is not true. So I don't know what they're doing. I don't know. I honestly don't know what they're doing. But I have sold on my Etsy store, but I'm not getting enough traffic. So I would appreciate some more traffic there. And y'all can look and see what I've done too, because I've got quite a few listed. And right now, like I said, I have my King Sumo giveaway. And I should have brought that wreath in here. Yeah, and put where? I don't know where I would have put it. But I have the wreath that has the Liberty Bell sign that my Donald made for me. And it turned out really pretty. And I'm giving that wreath away for reaching 1,000 likes and followers. Hi, Tequila. Thank you. Thank you. On my Facebook page, which is why I need everybody to like it so much. And because I'd like to get to that 1,000 to warrant that giveaway. I'm giving it away anyway. But it really is a pretty wreath, and you'll have it in time for the 4th. And so I wanted to give away, I've got tails all over the floor. I wanted to give away something that I was proud of and that I really liked a lot. And I hemmed and hawed, and then I looked at the dates, and I thought that would be just perfect. And so that's why I decided to give away that one. Liberty is important to me, as it is to all of us. And you don't typically see that on a wreath very much. And the Liberty Bell, I've never seen. I've been to about 44 states. Pennsylvania is not one of them. And I long to go to see the Liberty Bell. So now I'm just going to pick ruffles up off the floor. Again, these were cut at 20 inches. My poufs were 10. The poufs were made out of the 21-inch mesh. Thank you for that. Yeah, it's hard to go wrong with Crimson Tide colors, isn't it? Hi, Kathy. Hello from Arizona. Vanita, hi. I lived in Phoenix for a couple of years. Where in Arizona are you? I still have a cousin down in Tucson. Hi, Linda. Hello, hello. Oh, this is wonderful. I love having all this company tonight. Thank you for joining me. It means so much. You have no idea how much it means. All of you get entered into that giveaway, and one lucky person is going to get that wreath. And if I can get to 100 subscribers on my YouTube channel, I'll give away a second one. So, but I don't have an Earl. I can't give you the Earl because I don't have an Earl until I get the 100 subscribers there. So, also, if you'd like to hear when I go live, first time from Indiana. I love Indiana. I have Etsy Plus. I don't know what Etsy Plus is, Anna. Oh, Connie, you're not late. You're never late when you're here. Thank you so much for coming. We drop in, we leave, we come back, we go away, we come back. You know, when so many others are doing so many things, it's about the only way we can spread all the love, isn't it? I don't know what Etsy Plus is. Bonnie Tyler. That I think that's the name of a famous singer too, isn't it? Indiana's a beautiful state. I lived in Missouri most of my adult life. Well, from 1981 until 2015, I lived just outside the St. Louis area. And so I've gone through Indiana a few times. I've made more than one trip straight through from St. Louis to Washington, D.C. And, whoops, my easel's going to fall. I'm trying to hurry up here because we have a lot. When you have 22 ties, it takes longer, doesn't it? Well, it's definitely looking crimson now, isn't it? Boy, maybe I should have made those poofs 12 inches. I may regret going 10 on those. I was afraid I wouldn't have enough, but I guess I should have. Got new comments. Easy bow. Sorry to say that's not you, the famous singer. Well, I was going to ask for your autograph. Not me either. I sing, but not like that. Okay, where are my ties? Okay, I'm definitely getting full enough that I'm losing my ties, so there we go. This really does make a pretty wreath. You know, it really, really does. The poof and the ruffles, isn't it pretty? All my ribbons stuck. Now I'm dropping things on the floor. Good gosh. Seems like they're multiplying like bunny rabbits. This is what's nice about making your own wreath. Etsy Plus includes credits for shop listings, promoted listings, access to custom web. Okay, so this is part of the paid Etsy service, I assume. I have to check it out. You know, I'm at that point where I'm investing so much in my business, and I'm investing more than I'm bringing in, but I'm bringing in. So the investing needs to continue. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. I guess I'll have to check that out. It might be worth it. So Anna, is that what you use? Your incognito. Hi, Lillian. Thank you so much. That's very nice of you to say. I do love doing these. I've been doing, for the last couple of weeks, I've been doing about one every day. As you guys know, most of you know, some of you probably don't, I've had a real hard time right after I started my business. My mother fell and broke her femur. She's 95. And so I had to stay with her in the hospital for a week, for most of the week anyway. You have to stay with them, the elderly, as an advocate. You can't leave them. And my daughter-in-law was there and I was there. We took turns, but for the most part, I was there with her and tied up with that. And then she was in rehab for a month. And so, you know, going into town, I don't live next door. I live out in the country. So every time I go anywhere, it's like half the day, you know. But so I did that. And then the day she fell, I was supposed to have surgery myself. And so it was delayed, and which I finally was able to have it. Gosh, I don't even remember what it was now. A couple months ago now. Major abdominal surgery. And so I've had a lot of setbacks since I tried to start this business. And but now I'm on a roll, I think. And I was counting how many wreaths are in my dining room, because that's all I have nowhere to put them. I just, we're going to go get some PVC pipe and fashion something. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Shirley, hi, first time watcher. I love it. I'm glad you're here. And you're from Pennsylvania, the state I want to go see so bad. And I want to go to the Poconos, and I want to see the Liberty Bell. I want to see all the history there. And, you know, it's so funny. When we talk about traveling, we always want to go. A lot of times we want to go outside of this country, and there's so much to see in this nation. And boy, that tie came loose. Woo! Oh well, I'm gonna tighten it up a little bit. I didn't twist. Here, I told you guys twist it good so it doesn't come loose, and mine came loose. Do what I say and not at what I do. So anyway, we're getting ready to travel to Charlotte, North Carolina next week. And so I'll be going where I've not been. And I love North Carolina. You were Hobby Lobby to buy some ribbon. By the time, much cash. Craft stores are dangerous no matter what you do, aren't they? You have a mobile app, Anna? Can you tell me what app it is? Because I need to get it. If it's helped you, it'll help me too, right? Hey, I'm all about listening and taking advice and taking referrals, and I share what I know, and I'm willing to learn from others too. That's how we all get to be successful, isn't it? Spending too much. I know. You know, I'm such a shopper, and I used to be a clothes shopper. But my claim to fame was always buying clothes that looked like $1,000,000 and not paying $1,000,000, of course. You know, because I always say anybody can pay retail. It takes a special talent to find all those wonderful bargains for next to nothing. And okay, now I have an extra one, but I'm not seeing where I have a tie to put it in. Let me see. Did I miscount? I have got this booger so full and so packed. I'm double checking to make sure that all my ties have a ruffle. And they do. Okay. I can't see where I missed one. Alrighty. So here we go. That's something. Look how big that is. Whoever decides to buy this is going to have a big door for it, right? Yeah, now instead of shopping for clothes, I spend too much on craft supplies. And guys, can y'all see my ribbons here? These were all neatly stacked, and they've stuck to my wreath so many times. So I organize my ribbons. I always have a cart, an online cart full of something at least 5 different stores. I mean, at Sims Pottery, I think I have my cart is like $366. And it's, you know, I go back, I take something off, I add more, and then I don't check out. And then I'll go to Craft Outlet looking for something and do the same thing there. And I buy a lot of ribbon through Lion Ribbon, which I love Lion Ribbon. They sell the Offray ribbons and the, you know, really quality ribbons. I really love them. But I'll tell you, their website is so slow. It's really hard to navigate. Okay, so now I have the black and white stripe. I've got the red and white stripe. It's almost a maroon. And then I've got the maroon with the black and white houndstooth. And then I've got the houndstooth with the sparkly A's. And this is what we're going to do with this. We're going to put these together, and then we'll put these together. So they're already cut, and so here we go. And of course, some of these A's are going to appear to be upside down. I can't really do much about that, but everybody's going to know what it is, right? So I just crease that in the middle to find the center. I ruffle them up, shape them really good. If you shape them really good before you tie them in, it helps. So then we're going to just tie those in. Again, don't have to open my ties. That's the nicest thing about making your own wreath form with your pipe cleaners or chenille stems, whatever you want to call them, is that they're plenty long enough so you can keep adding to your wreath without having to open anything up. So I like that part. Find my middle and ruffle it up. Find my next. So remember, I've got 22 ties to put these in. Oops. There's the red matches the red mesh so well that I can hardly find the tie. Twist it a good 3 times. Now, since I'm not coming in and adding anything more, I'm going to go ahead and while I'm here, I'm taking my little pipe cleaners and I'm just curling them down and kind of tucking them under. So they're hardly visible at all. Sometimes you want them visible because they make a really great decoration. Okay. So I'm going to show you how these are looking, if I can find them. There we go. See? See how these are looking? They're going to look sharp, I think. So, okay. So the A's on top of the... Don't these stripes, these black and white, don't they look kind of remind you of the referee's shirt? when I was trying to decide on ribbons, I couldn't figure out what I wanted to put in my ties. And then I'll show you the ribbons that I have left to put in the bow, because I always make my bows with more ribbons than I have in my ties, and always add something different. Often don't use anything that I have in my ties. It just depends. Just depends on what I have. Today I think I'll use some of them, but not too many probably, actually. I have this neat ribbon. Let me show you. I've got all my ribbons over here. You see it? It says Alabama. It has the footballs and the helmets and the houndstooth, like Bear Bryant's hat. So I have that I will definitely use in the bow. Only problem is when you have worded ribbon, you know, it's hard to keep it all going the same direction. So, and I struggle with that. So I'm twisting down my little chenille stems while I'm here, so I don't have to go back. Otherwise, I could forget and I could lose them, and it's just as easy to roll them down while I'm there. So that's what I do. As you can see, all my ribbons are dovetailed. And we all do that, I think. Just gives them a prettier finish. Yeah, I spend a fortune at those craft stores. And then, like I said, I have carts worth $300 and $400. Mary, thank you. Hi, Joy. Apps Village. You can start it online. Download it through Google Play. I don't have Apple, so I will do Google Play. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Mari. Oh, I'm so glad you came by to say hi. Thank you. Yes, I cut them at 12 inches. Hi, Stacy. First time. Hi, Vicki. Vicki is my daughter-in-law's sister-in-law. I have to figure out what that makes you to me, Vicki, huh? Right? How big is the wreath frame? Denise, this is an 18-inch frame, and I made it myself, and so it's got 22 ties on it. And the reason it's so big is because of this big old honking A that's going to go in the middle. It needed a big wreath for it because it's so big. So that's why I had to build the big one. And I had forgotten I had to do that, and so here I was trying to get ready to go on the live, and oh my gosh, I don't have a frame. So I had to hurry up and build it. And I did. When I build these, I do glue them. I add a little dab of hot glue. Oh, let me show you my present my dear beloved brought me. I've been using a glue gun that's probably 40 years old because I've been doing this for a long time. I just haven't done it as a business. I've done it as giveaways, gifts, and things. Anyway, he surprised me. Look what he brought me. I got my Ryobi gun, glue gun. And at Home Depot right now, they have a special that if you buy the battery, you get the tool for free. So he got me that. I got this mesh at Sim's Pottery, but I get it from all over. I get it from Spikes. I get it from Craft Outlet. I get it from Deco Exchange. I bought it from Etsy. I went up this particular mesh, the black and white. The black, red, and white, the big 21-inch. I did get that at Sim's, and but the snowball mesh, I think I bought that here at a local store when they had it on sale after Christmas last year, because I got several rolls of that. So, and I'm going to put the wrong pair of ribbons on. And I just get it from everywhere. And I go to see who's got the best deal. Basically is what I do. I'll tell you, I do not buy my mesh from Michael's, and I do not buy mesh from Hobby Lobby. And I've learned. I learned the hard way, so I just don't. And there's a store here that is called Designs, something Designs. And I used to buy everything from them, but they got really, really proud. And what they did is, and I actually know this for a fact because the owner he actually admitted it to me. He went to Hobby Lobby and saw what Hobby Lobby was doing, which was Hobby Lobby was taking the price of their stuff, all of their stuff, and tripling it, and then offering it 50% off or a coupon for 40% off. So you weren't really getting that much off, but they made it look like it because they were tripling their cost. And so he decided he was going to do that too. And the only problem is he's priced himself right out of the market because he can't buy things as cheap as they can. So when he does it, his prices are going even higher. And so I used to like to go to there a lot, and now I just don't because it's just not good. I'll stop in there for other things, not wreath supplies. They have outdoor, like I bought my Christmas tree there. Oh, I can't wait. My honey went and bought me a tree there after Christmas last year. I bought mine, the one I've had, about 5 or 6 years ago there. I bought half price after Christmas. And he went there and he bought me a 9-foot blocked tree. Yes, it is poly. It's definitely is poly Deco Mesh. And yeah, it is softer. I like things that are really soft to work with, but that also have substance, because if you get them too soft, like an unwired ribbon, I will never ever work with unwired ribbon. It's just not worth the hassle. And every ribbon I use is wired, and I think most wreathers are that way. Yeah, it's a lot easier to work with. This, or if you're seeing this, I keep messing with these ruffles, putting the raw edges together. It is just not fraying. This is a wreath that's going to hold up really well. That makes me happy to know. I wanted to make sure. Love the A. I know, isn't it cool? I bought a dozen of them. So if anybody wants to buy an A, I can sell you an A if you want to buy an A for your own Alabama wreath. What I'd love to have is some great big giant carnations, not carnations, mums, the football mums, like everybody makes the homecoming corsages. I don't know, do they do that anymore even? But I thought how cool it would be if I had those giant football mums to put on it too, but I don't, so. Oops, I lost my tie again. Well, I'm almost all the way around the bottom part. Then I got to go through the top. At least the top is shorter, right? Small, not as many. Thanks for hanging out with me here. I so appreciate you being here. Again, any latecomers, if you didn't hear about my giveaway, please go and sign up for the giveaway. And it's to thank all of my friends and likers and followers for liking and sharing my page and helping me to grow. And so to thank you all for helping me to do that, I am giving away a beautiful wreath, 4th of July wreath. And the giveaway will happen in plenty of time for me to get that sent to you, whoever wins, to have for the 4th of July. and it's got the Liberty Bell. Nice sign with the Liberty Bell. And oh, it's got beautiful bow and beautiful mesh and beautiful ribbons, and it's a really pretty wreath. And so that's my first giveaway. And then I will be doing another giveaway when I get to 100 subscribers on my YouTube channel. And that one, I haven't decided. What should I give away? I think I might give away a bow maker. Maybe a bow maker. Right now, I'm trying to win a Cricut so I can make my own signs. He makes my signs. He uses foam board, but I want to be able to make them on wood. And the Cricut Explorer, you can make them on balsam wood. And so that's what I want. I want that Cricut Explorer. So I'm hoping to win that. And I keep trying to win a Mevo camera, but that hasn't happened yet. Okay, so we're all the way around the bottom. So time to start on the top. And hopefully I can maneuver a little faster on the top. It's clouding up again. I didn't think it was supposed to rain again. It was only in the 70s today. We had a beautiful day. I was out working in the garden and putting plants in pots that he keeps bringing me home things he buys on clearance. And one of my favorite flowers is verbena. And I love the purple verbena. And there's two varieties. One's a perennial and one's an annual. And I like the perennial because it continues to grow and spread, and it makes a beautiful ground cover. So the other day, came home. Well, that crescent is, or that dovetail's not very pretty. So I'm gonna cut that prettier. The other day, brought home 5 pots of that verbena, and it originally had been $6 a pot, and it was marked down to $1. And it was looking a little peaked, so we just set it right on top of the hot tub cover where the rain fell through the pergola and watered those suckers. And let me tell you, they look just as beautiful as they were brand new. So I got to still get out and get that in the ground. And but being that it's a perennial, it doesn't matter. You know, I can just get it in at any time. And then he brought me home 2 perennial hibiscus, which, you know, there's the perennials and the annuals. And again, I like to stay with the perennials as much as I can. And part of it is, who wants to go to all that work for something that's going to die off? Although I have some marigolds planted outside. They're anti-mosquito flowers. You know, I don't have mosquitoes around here, and I've got a few marigolds to keep them out. Hi, Christine. How much are my A's? Let me think about. Let's see. I have to remember what I paid for them. I'll sell you an A for $6. Would you like an A for $6? I know I never price things the way I should. I give away the store. I'm always being told that I'm doing that, but plus whatever it costs me to ship it, but I can ship it. I can stick it in a padded envelope and send it to you. It's a big padded envelope, but I can. Okay, now I went and got the wrong ribbons together. No, I didn't. I'm going this way. I don't think I cut enough of these ribbons. I guess when I measured my count, or else I've got some more on the floor. I'll have to look on the, I know I cut enough. I know you can't see down what I'm doing. I'm rolling down the pipe cleaners as I put my ribbons in. And I'm straightening out my ribbons. I want the A's all going in the same direction there. And I'm shaping these. Okay. That is just too strange. I'm wondering where I lost those. I have more of these. Oh, here's one. Wonder how far away they blew. Okay. And now I put the wrong one with the wrong one. Okay, guys, you're going to have to keep me straight here. I'm losing my mind. What little I had left, right? There again, that dovetail. I guess I tried to dovetail too many at one time, so it wasn't really pretty. So we straighten that up. There we go. I have found that when I have really nice, I love this red and white stripe ribbon here. This is like a canvas. It's got so much body and it's so stiff. But if you try to dovetail all of it at one time, it gets kind of, oh, I don't know, what's the word? Askew. It gets kind of pollywonkus. And then the dovetails don't come out very pretty. So sometimes I got to go in and clean them up a little bit, but that's okay. It doesn't take but a second to do that. Okay, so here we are. So I'll show you really quick what I use to measure my tails. My beloved man is so handy. He has made me these. These are made out of fiberglass. Right in the middle it says size matters. That's what he has named the sub-organization of my company. And so we will make these to any size you want. I have a 14-inch, 12, 10, 8, 13, any choice, any measurement that you want. And he will apply your logo. See, that's my logo right there, just like on my apron. So we will paint them to your color choice. We will apply your logo, and you get 3 of them for $28.95, including shipping. So if you're interested in these, you can go to my Etsy store, Cowling's Loving Design, or my Facebook page. They're also there, Cowling's Loving Designs on Facebook, and you can order them. And he also, I'm going to show it again to you, he also made the Size Matters easel. Let's see if I can show this whole thing to you if I hold it this way. It's got a hook up here for the wreath. It's got a nice chain to keep it open on your table. And it is a very slender silhouette. So when the wreath is hung, you can go through the center, you can go around the sides. There's nothing you cannot attach to your wreath when it's hanging on this. And yet it's very sturdy. It's 1/2-inch solid plywood. It's 32 inches tall. And we will paint it to your color choice and apply your logo. And these are $60, including shipping. And you see this got a nice piano hinge at the top, so you can fold it and put it away. So we have, those are our 2 Size Matter products right now. We have more coming. He's always wanting to make more stuff, or he always is making more stuff. And so, but right now, those are our 2. That's my subcategory from my Cowling's Loving Designs. And so the Size Matters. Ribbon rules. Uh-oh. The wires start to pull out here. Let me put that. I'm just use scissors for that. Every now and then the wire, you have wires pull out of your wire ribbon. It's been happening to me more and more lately, and it seems to happen with the more expensive ribbons, oddly enough. I think it's kind of odd that that happens that way. Okay, good 3 twists to tie these down. Shape them out. Here we go. I really didn't dovetail these very well. I must have been in a really big hurry. I was. I know I was. Only one end of them, though. The other end is perfect. Definitely looks like Alabama, doesn't it? Oh, it's so big, it's almost too big for my work table. Oh, thank you, Tabitha. Welcome. I'm glad to have you here. Isn't it pretty, Mesh? I know. You know, of course, I didn't get to choose this. I chose the mesh, but the colors were chosen for me because it's Crimson Tide, you know. What kind of glue gun do I have? That glue gun was that. I was just showing that off. Did you see? This is Ryobi, and I love it. I just got it. My honey brought it to me because Home Depot has a sale. If you buy the battery, you get the tool for free. So he brought me this. And what I love about it is it came with 2 batteries and the charger, of course. So you just plug the charger. It's super simple. I'll show you real quick. You just push in these little things and pull off the battery, and then just stick it down on the charger, and it charges quickly. And so you just snap it right back on. You turn it on, and the battery lasts for 3.5 hours. So if I'm going to work all day on wreaths, I just change out my other up to another battery. But usually I'm pretty good about remembering to turn this one off. Unlike the ones that plug in that I never remember to turn off. Go figure. I don't know why that is. There is no reason or no way to explain why I remember to turn off the cordless, which can't start a fire, but didn't remember to turn off the ones that could start a fire that are plugged into the wall. Just who knows why that is, but I do remember to turn it off. So, okay, now I think I'm still missing one of these ribbons, so I may have to cut another one, which is not a big deal. I must have miscounted when I was doing that too. These wreaths, they'll pick up anything, won't they? Kind of embarrassing. Usually I have my nails all done and I have my rings on, but not today. I've broken so many nails that I don't have them polished right now, and I don't wear my rings when I'm in the garden. So after working in the garden, I came in and hurried up and threw on some clean clothes, and because I had to put on my Alabama shirt that now I hid with an apron that you can't even see, right? I was hoping to hear my little granddaughters, Mimi, no, we're Auburn fans. I think I'll have to make them an Auburn wreath. I made the oldest one an Auburn blanket for her birthday a couple of years ago, and that blanket still goes with her everywhere. I guess it was for Christmas, maybe. I can't remember. Yeah, it was for Christmas. I made that for her. Or I made the Auburn blanket for her birthday, and then the youngest one wanted one for Christmas. But then when we went to pick out the yarn or the fleece for the blanket, she changed her mind and chose something different. So, okay, so now I need okay, I'm missing a tie somewhere. I'm definitely missing a tie somewhere. Maybe I'm not. Okay, here we go. Okay, I had cut too many of the others. I just can't count anymore, y'all. But see, that's okay. Something's off. 1, 2, 3, 4. I skipped a tie. I sure did. Doggone it. Okay. I missed this one over here. Okay. So I have to go back. When the wreath is this full, it happens every now and then. Have you all ever missed a tie? Had to go back in and fix it? And of course, course, it's always going to happen when you're doing a live and you want everybody to think you're so good and so perfect at what you do. So now I got to take this one out. Just got to move them around. Okay. So I'll move this one to here. This is hard on your back. I'm so funny. I've been told that a few times, Tabitha, and it does not offend me at all. I hope I'm funny. Sometimes my silliness, it does come naturally. I guarantee you it comes quite naturally. My son tells me, Mom, you are just so easy. I'll say, why are you messing with me? And he said, because I can, because you're so easy. He's so ornery to me. Okay, so now I'm back to where I still have, okay, I've got him there. I have one more, and I have to cut it because I'm one short. So I need one 12-inch. Okay. Okay. I use these little teeny pins to hold my ribbons, and they work on most things, but some of these ribbons, they have kind of a plastic back. They don't, the pins don't work too well. Okay, so we're going to dovetail this one. Just get both of these ends. I have a trash can down here in case you wonder. I'm not cutting over my floor. Although my trash can is so full, it's likely to hit the floor. Okay. I'll tell you what, I have had so many wonderful people online. I just wish y'all would just come visit me. I would enjoy that more than you can imagine. I love having company, and there's a lot of neat things to do right here on my little 5 acres. Hi, Linda, first time. Oh, man, what's a roll tide wreath? Well, it's an Alabama football wreath because Alabama is the Crimson Tide, and their big saying is roll tide. So that's what it is, and I just finished. So there we go. So all I have to do now is attach. Isn't that pretty? Oh, look how huge this thing is. Big old hunk of wreath. Okay, so now I have to figure out how to attach this A, which won't be hard because it's going to go right in the middle. So these are kind of, I guess they're wood. I don't know. They feel almost like concrete. But I've got a couple of these nice red pipe cleaners here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to twist a couple together to make sure they're long enough so that when I attach it, that I don't attach it too tightly and smash my wreath. And where are you from, Linda? Ferndale, Washington. Well, no wonder you didn't know what a roll tide was. Washington, wow, you're kind of far away, aren't you? Let me see, I've got 5 more comments. Hi, frost time there? Oh, Roxanne? Oh, thank you, Mary. I use rubber bands to hold my ribbon. I was using them, and then I dented one roll so badly, so I decided to switch over to the pins, and I got the sharpest pins I could find. Look at this. Do you see this pipe cleaner? I took this out of the package, and it was down to the wire right there. But since I don't need it, I see I'm tying 2 together, so I was wondering if I was going to get to use that, and this is perfect. So I'm just attaching these 2 together so that I can attach this A to my wreath and have a long enough reach so I can easily do that. So we're hoping these will staple. Let me turn my glue gun on. Okay. And we'll see how good I am. I miss all the time. You're from Moyock, North Carolina. Oh, that's so cool. Is that anywhere near Charlotte? I'm going to be in Charlotte next week. A lot of rain. Boy. Ah, it did. I didn't miss. Okay, so, but it didn't go all the way through. It didn't go all the way down. So I'll just hammer that down. When my glue is hot, I'll glue it. Oh, that one didn't. Shoot. That one came out. We'll do it again. There we go. Okay, so when the glue is hot, I'll put a little dab of glue on that. Now, let's see. I'm going to see if I can roll my camera up here a little bit and let you see how great this easel works. Because I haven't done this on a live with my easel before. So let me roll my camera up. Let's see. Okay. There. Can you see? There we go. Almost. It's a little bit too close, I think, and I can't zoom it out. So anyway, see, I've got these long pipe cleaners, and I'll be putting the A right in the middle. So I can go through this right here and see how I can reach my hand right through the middle of this and grab these. No problem. Somebody was asking me, do I have a hole in the middle of mine like that somebody else has in theirs? And I don't even know who it is that has a hole. And I said, you don't need it, because look here. It can come right through. So a man can make that, but my man did make it. Thank you, Anna. We sell them. You can buy that wreath holder from me on my Facebook page or in my Etsy store. He didn't want to. Yeah, he did a great job. And like I said, it'll be painted your color with your logo on it. $60 including shipping. And it folds and goes, puts it, you can just fold it away, tuck it away under your table. Okay, so I'm going to have the top one. So I need to position the others. This side of the A is shorter. I'm going to have to do two more. Okay, so I've got one here. So I'm going to go right. I think I'm going to go right here. Yep, that was a perfect shot. And I need one more pipe cleaner. Oh, let's see. I love this wreath holder. It works so well for me for putting my bows on, putting my embellishments, flowers, positioning things. It's awesome. So many times if it's laying on flat in front of me and I can put it on there. And then I think when I put it up on the door or put it up on the stand, and then I think, well, I got to raise it, I got to lower it, I got to do something, I have to move it. And so if it's right there when you're working, you can just easily position the weight right where you want it. And it just works awesome. So I appreciated him building that for me. And like he said, he'd be glad to do it for anybody. Okay, so those went in much better because it was flat. The flatter your staple gun, the better you are. So I'm going to put a little dab of glue on there. Just for extra security. I always like security. Also, show you a little tip. Whenever you attach a sign to your wreath, you always want to put your business card or your name or your label. Well, I'm not going to be able to put my business card on here because there's no place that's small enough, but I do have some adhesive labels. So I will find an adhesive label And attach it. Let's see, are they here? I think they are. Yep. So that way, when they take the A off, after they're done with the wreath, because none last forever, they'll come right here and my name will be there and remind them, oh, I can go back to her and buy another wreath to replace it. Oh my gosh, I'm so bushy. Oh, goodness sakes. Good thing I have a haircut coming. So, okay, so we're going to wait for this glue to dry. I love that too, Linda. He did that so great. Well, I'd love to have you order one, and all we'll have you do is send us your logo by email and tell us what color you want, and he'll make it to order, and we'll get it in a box and send it to you. You have to go live show your painted pine cone wreath and flowers made out of pine cones and make a red, white, blue wreath. Oh, that sounds awesome, Tabitha. That sounds cool. Hi, Cindy. It's great to have you here. Where are you from? I'm waiting for glue to dry on my A so I can hang it on there. Okay, remember I told you I had some football ribbon? Okay, there they are. I'm always looking for the scissors. You need one, Brenda? Well, I'll be happy to get you one made, sweetie. I've already got your logo. So we can sure make you one. Well, we'll be happy to do that. See this football ribbon? The only problem is it going to clash too much? I'm going to put it in the bow. I guess it might be okay. Tennessee, we're in Tennessee. You're just next door. I have one of my very dearest friends lives up in New Tazewell, north of Knoxville. So I've got this ribbon that I'm going to use in a bow. And then I have this ribbon with the black and white stripe like this, only with the rickrack on it. So I'm going to use that. And then I have the ribbon that says Alabama. So I'm going to use that. And then, oh dear, I had some narrower ones I was going to use. I'm not going to use all 2.5-inch ribbons on my bow. Oh, this. This is like the wider ribbon tail that I have here, only it's got the narrow stripe, so I'm going to use this. And then I have a solid red in a 50-yard roll over there somewhere. And so all I have to do is come up with one more 1.5 inch ribbon. And so those are what I will be putting in the bow. Okay, let's see how dry this is. I think this is dry enough. We can go ahead and attach this. Make sure this is tight enough. Make sure your pipe cleaners are nice and twisted tight. Jackson, where's Jackson? See, I live 80 miles south of, no, I don't have a Cricut. I want one. I'm trying to win one. Boy, do I want one. I want the new Cricut Explorer, and I'm trying so hard to win. Keep telling Lori, put my name in 100 times so I can win that Cricut. I really do want that. Okay, so you guys make sure you stay in touch with me. Just send me a message when you want to order the tabletop easel. It's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. I'm going to show you right now how awesome it is. So here I want to go. I got to look at it from my angle. I got it angled to you guys, and now I can't see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm going to go to the dead center of this wreath. So this is where my pipe cleaners are going to go through, right here and right here. Find a place to get through there. Oh, well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go through the top first. So, see, there's enough space up here. I can put my hand. See my hand? So I'm going to go dead center where that poof in that ruffle meet. And I'm going to go right through there. And there it is, up there. So now I just have to go through to my frame. I'm going to have to move this because of the angle it's at for you guys. So I can see too. I'm going to move my wreath just a little bit so I can see as well as you. I hope you can still see. And so I can go right around my frame. And there it is. I've never tried to do it with the audience or the viewers looking on one side while I'm looking on the other. Okay, so there we go. Tuck my ruffle down under there. I'll fix all of that later. Oh, look at that houndstooth right on top of it. Okay, so then I'm going to go through here. Guys, I can't tell because I can't see it. I can't see from behind. So let me go back up straight dead center. Okay. When you're looking straight on and you're not trying to help other people see it too, and believe me, it's the easiest thing in the world to do. So I'm going to go through here. See, I can reach right back there, right through my wreath. There. Here. Okay, here we go. There. Where am I? Where are you at, Bev? Oh, did I disappear? I'm right here.